What's going on, everybody? It's the Super Robot, and today we have in front of you none other than the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Cyberverse Universe Slipstream. This is a repaint and retool of the same Cyber Universe Windblade, which we will show off in the video. These videos will go very quickly and very fast. I have a lot to do to catch back up, and I really don't want to spend a majority of my Thanksgiving weekend doing reviews. So we're going to get right into it. First things first, we're going to move this out the way. Since this is an existing product just repainted from another one, any other detailed information will be in the previous review of the figure that it was repainted from. Just one moment here, and we're going to look at the box. And basically the box is here, 15 steps to transform. The instructions are in here. Here is the front of the box. They have her in jet mode. Here is the side with the head sculpt. Looks pretty good. Everything is as it should be. Now, what do we have in front of you here? This is a primarily purple and turquoise and black jet, and it looks pretty good. When we get to robot mode, you'll see a remolded head. Now, instead of a sword, it will come with these two little guns, which are bluish compatible. Unfortunately, I have no bluishing out here. Everything is the same as Slipstream. A little slight remolding here and there, mainly the head. But really it's practically the same. So there's really not much else to show off. The fake landing gear is there in the back of the wheels. You can see here, here's the rudder. Here are the tail fins. Here is everything that you need to see. Now we're going to show this off with the next figure here. And of course, that's going to be none other than Windblade. And Windblade, of course, is primarily red. The difference being there is a sword out such. And yeah, pretty much this is what you're going to get. It's the same figure, but we'll take the weapons off because it's going to be easier to understand. And then we're going to do one more comparison, and then we're going to go straight to robot mode. But we're going to take the guns off first so you can get a better idea of what you're dealing with here. So basically her, the intakes are black, while the intakes are painted silver on one side and black on the other. This time you have paint all one color, where this is painted two colors. This is black, where this is silver. This is black. And this time, instead of being black on the inside, it has like the lilac color. I do like the colors on Slipstream. I'm not gonna lie, a lot better than I do Windblade. I think there's a lot more going on here. And as you can see, the cockpit is even a different color. It is now like a blue instead of just clear plastic. Pretty much from the underside, even the chest is still the same. And when you get the robot mode, you'll see it's literally the same except for guns. I mean, it didn't do much with this except for the head, and that's it. But basically, if you put the two of them together, this is how they're going to look. And of course, we have one more comparison here before we go off into robot mode. And this is the only other Slipstream that I own. It is the TFCC 1.0 version of Slipstream, which is a repaint of the first edition, remolding repaint of the first edition Starscream. One moment here to show that off. We'll put her to the side for a second. Guns away, and we'll just show them off now. This is an older toy, so you know we can't really just go like, oh, this one's better. This is just a different era, different time, and this one is the modern times. Now there are other Slipstreams. Notably, most are repaints of another figure. The one that I wanted was the original Thrilling 30 Windblade repaint, but that thing is like crazy expensive and still suffers from the same stability issues that the original Windblade suffered from. So this one is a lot better, but the colors are pretty much identical, except this is just a little bit more greener. And this is more, I can't really think of what jet this kind of resembles versus this is just a jet that's, you know, like just a jet. But I like both of them because I like this one for reasons that I have, and I like this one because of the colors. And we're just going to put them all together here real quick because you know what's going to happen next. Now, I want to send my condolences to the Willerly family because, as you know, we lost Chuck Willerly either yesterday or today. And of course, you know, every time I do my cutaways, I always say we'll be back in 2 and 2. He was known for that mainly on Love Connection. If you're a kid in the 80s and you're home during the summer or holidays, you know, you watching Love Connection because some of the women were pretty. And yes, Mr. Chuck really would just sit down all cool and calm. I know some people are going to talk about other things. I'm not here to talk about that. Just here to talk about what I remember. And of course, anytime he cuts away, he says, we'll always be back in 2 and 2. And I always thought that was pretty cool. And that's why I use it. So, if you know, you know. If you don't, now you know. All right. And of course, we're going to be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we now have Slipstream in her robot mode. Let's go over articulation. As we stated earlier, she does come with 2 guns. But before we do that, let's look where you could put the guns. Now, you could put one gun under her arm like this if you want, and you could kind of get like a blaster thing going on, or you could put the gun in her hand. It's up to you, because it would have been cool if they had like a little blaster on the side, but it can't, so it's just going to look kind of weird. As far as weapon storage, I guess you can put the guns right here or there, whichever one you want to put them at. You can do that. That's the thing you want to do, but it does really fit more closer up here. So that's basically where they are. They won't look right. Anyway, we're going to put them down. We'll put them in her hand. The second, let's go over the same articulation. Leg goes out to here. Leg goes out to here with the ankle swivel. Then she got the elbow. She has a rotating hand, because some of the figures do. And, of course, it goes back, but the wing is going to block it. Let's look at the arms go out to here. Can she go on Claude Van Damme? The answer to the question is yes, she can. Basically, her leg can go back to here with a nice little kick back to there. Sometimes that will happen if you don't have them secure, which I probably didn't do. Let's take a look at the head sculpt, because that's the biggest change besides the color. And we'll get a good look at that there, and that's the head sculpt. She does look pretty good. I do dig the colors. Basically, we're going to keep it short because we got way more reviews to do, and I'm not done yet. So let's just keep that in mind. But you will see her in the next set of reviews here. Let me just get her nice and clean here. Yes, they're blast effect compatible, but I don't have any blast effects, and I'm looking for any. All right, so there she goes. And of course, we want to compare her to, now this is the one thing I hate about this figure, and she does kind of suffer from that with the stability. I don't know what it is with Windblade and stability. I still think the Titan's Return version was the best, but I have the Legends version. And of course, we're going to show off Windblade here with her sword. Now, she is borrowing a weapon from the Legends version of Windblade, which is the actual Target Master, which is now extra rare since we're never going to get these again. You get clear plastic and they break. No, they don't. It's a goddamn lie. Hold on 1 second. That's right, I said it, because I'm sick of listening to these collectors who are upset and don't know what they're talking about. Here you go, the two of them together. Now in their robot modes, the differences are nothing really except paint. That's basically all it is, paint. The biggest change is the head sculpt and the fact that she has guns and she has a sword. And of course, I gave her the weapon from the Legends Windblade. And then, of course, we're going to show her off against another Windblade that's probably not going to stand up well as soon as I can find her. But first things first, we got to knock back that thing from falling. All right, we're back, and basically we have the TFCC 1.0 Slipstream here. And like I said, there is some differences. Of course, this is an older mold. It is basically the Transformers Prime First Edition Starscream mold, which is always welcome. I do like the way this transforms, but of course it does not stand up well over time. And getting her to stand up is a challenge. As you can see there they are. And pretty much, of course, she is taller, and she is still considered a deluxe. And we'll go ahead and get her side by side here, and you can see the differences here. I've always liked her head sculpt. It's a very interesting and unique head sculpt. But you can see it right there at the start. Show it off. Yeah, I love the colors on both of these. But if I had my pick, of course, I'm gonna go with the modern one, just because this is a limited edition, and I kind of want to keep this one because this one is like, you're never gonna see this again ever, and it's older, but it's still intact. So let's just keep that in mind. And of course, with the newer version, we do get the newer technology for the figures that we have. And that's that. And they just put them side by side. You can see the difference. Now, we can just go straight to final thoughts. And final thoughts is this. I love the colors. Not digging that they really didn't do too much with her, except this remolding. I wish they would have given her like a way to put those on her arm or shoulder somewhere, but they didn't. And that's because the arm is too thin. She is a cool looking robot. I do dig the colors, the material. But at the end of the day, it's very, very straightforward repaint of Windblade. And, that says something. I don't know if that's good or bad, but because of the colors and how she looks, I'm going to give her a solid go. So yeah, I definitely like this figure. You should pick it up if you're interested in picking it up. If you're not interested in picking it up, then of course, please don't pick it up and tell me that you are interested, but you don't collect that and you don't know the character. I don't know the character. I don't watch all the cartoons like that anymore. I just like the colors and I think it's a cool looking robot and I want it in my collection, and that's that. So that's all I have to say about this character. We will now wrap up the Legacy United Deluxe Cyberverse Universe Slipstream. It is good to go. I like it. Go to the store and buy it. All right. As always, please like, subscribe, and share. This is Super Robot Ed bringing more news and reviews. Till then, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.